The Nintendo Switch is stacked to the brim with thousands of incredible games to play, but you already know that. We talk about that all of the time. Part of the reason for that fantastic library are the amazing indie games. Nintendo goes all out showcasing these in their Indie World presentations, and their most recent brought even more unbelievable games that are fun, addicting, and just totally worth your time. What is up, my friends? It's Ray back here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 of my favorite indie games that you can play right now on your Nintendo Switch. Before I continue on, I just want to mention, if you enjoy my content and the videos that I produce, please support my work by slapping that subscribe button, that thumbs up button, and hitting that bell notification icon so you can be notified whenever new videos hit the channel. I have so much stuff coming down the pipeline, and I don't want you guys to miss a thing. So without further ado, let us get right to this list. First is Axiom Verge 2. This Metroidvania 2D side-scroller has you traveling through rugged terrain, hacking drones, and trying to figure out the secrets of the world that you're exploring. If you played the original, 2 is part of the same story. However, this is an entirely new game that you can play before or after the original. It's like those classic 2D Metroid and Castlevania games of old, with a modern twist and tons of things to do. It's addicting, and if you're looking for a game to hold you over until Metroid Dread, Axiom Verge 2 is the perfect one. Oh, and I can't forget about the music in this one either. It is so good. Next is Slime Rancher Portable Edition. Slime Rancher is part farm simulator, part first-person shooter. It's tough to place this game into one genre. The world is bright, vibrant, and full of cute, adorable little slimes. Like, how could you resist? With engaging, fast-paced gameplay and the amount of things you have to do here, Slime Rancher is one of those games that's going to keep you occupied for a long time. It's also one of those games that fits right at home here on the Switch. Third is Boyfriend Dungeon. The name might throw you off like it did for me, but trust me, this is a good one. Assuming the role of someone who's never been on a date before, you head out to dungeons around town with potential love interests, but not in the way that you think. These love interests are the weapons that you wield, the swords. Yes, swords. They're considered weapon people who transform from human to sword and vice versa. When you tackle dungeons together, consider it a way of bonding. It's a weird concept, yes, but it is so well executed that it has you captivated from start to finish. Do be aware that this game does have a content warning, as it does have some suggestive themes at points and characters that touch on some touchy subjects. Just a heads up. Next on the list is Garden Story. Garden Story might look a lot like Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon on the surface, but it's actually an RPG following the story of an adorable young grape named Concord. Concord is the newest guardian of the grove, and their job is to help restore their land from the rot that's taken it over. It's one of those chill, fun, relaxing adventures that you can just pick up and play to hang out and just unwind. It is so wholesome. I especially love the graphics and the OST in this one. At number 5 is Spelunky 1 and 2. These cave exploration roguelike side-scrollers may have been around for a while, but there's no denying how innovative these games were and continue to be. The online multiplayer of Spelunky 2 has me hooked. When you can find enough people online, these explorations have you on the edge of your seat and just rolling in laughter. It's a whole lot of fun. If you haven't experienced the Spelunky series, the Switch is arguably the best way to experience the greatness that these two games have to offer. Do be aware that they are tough, and the levels are filled with booby traps, so you're gonna die at least 1,000 times, at the very minimum. Next up at number 6 is Fez. Fez is another insanely creative title that's been around for a while and finally made its way to the Nintendo Switch. If you played it before, you'll know exactly what to expect here. It's like the 2D side-scrolling games of old, with visuals to match, but this time around, there's the twist of the third dimension that lets you explore the same levels but from various different perspectives. I found this to be a very unique twist, as it adds a whole new world of difficulty to the traditional platformers that we're used to. Fez is guaranteed to give you a challenge as you solve puzzles and hunt down all the hidden squares in each of the levels. If you're looking for a side-scrolling adventure with a retro feel and modern twist, Fez will give you just that. At number 7 here is There Is No Game Wrong Dimension. Seriously, I'm not sure how there is no game to play here, yet it ends up being one of the most clever, creative, and outrageous things that I've ever experienced. It's tough to place this game, or lack thereof, into an appropriate category, and I don't think you really can. There Is No Game Wrong Dimension has been around as a PC title, but it fits right at home here on the Switch. This point-and-click adventure takes you on a journey across 6 very unique chapters. In these chapters, you have to solve riddles, figure out puzzles, and much more, alongside the obnoxious game who tells you everything you shouldn't do even if it's right. It's hilarious, insanely creative, and an adventure unlike anything else out there. There's No Game had me hooked from start to finish. This one is a true gem.
Farewell, everyone!
Moving on down the list, at number 8 is The Longing. The Longing is definitely a bit of an odd game, but it's arguably the most unique here on this list. It's a point-and-click adventure that's all about waiting. Yes, waiting. This is not a game for those who are not patient. The game starts out with a giant king addressing his trusted servant, the Shade, who's the main character you're going to be controlling throughout the game. The king tells the Shade that he's going to sleep for 400 days to regather his strength so he can end all fear and longing. Those 400 days are 400 real-world days that you're going to have to wait, so you got a lot of time to fill. Luckily, you don't have to have the game on or play it for 400 consecutive days. Still, there's a lot to do to keep you busy, and while you're playing it, it even makes you think about things while the time is passing by. It's a bit like a Headspace type of game. Best of luck with your wait. This game requires a lot of patience. Second to last, at number 9 is Hades. What would an indie game list be without Hades being on it? Hades is not only one of the best indie games on the Switch, but it's also one of the best Switch games like ever. Even though the game is one big loop with the same enemies and the same levels, it never once feels repetitive. Zagreus' journey to escape the underworld is intense from start to finish, and it's guaranteed to give you a new challenge each and every time you play it. The graphics are gorgeous, the soundtrack is incredible, and just, oh my goodness, this game is perfect in every single way. Seriously, if you haven't played Hades yet, like, what are you waiting for? And last but not least on my list here is Super Animal Royale. If you made it this far into the video, nothing should surprise you at this point. My taste in games ranges from good to great to super weird. Super Animal Royale is no exception. This 64-player online battle royale has you playing as your favorite animal and taking out other animals to be the last animal standing. It's a whole lot of fun, and the best part is this is a free download for anyone to play. With 64 players, you might think these battles will go on for a while, but that's not the case. They're quick, fast-paced, and typically last only about 5 minutes, and once one is over, you can hop right into another. This is matchmaking and online gaming done right. So there you have it, guys. 10 of my favorite indie games on Nintendo Switch that you can play right now. There is so much that the Switch has to offer, and of course, this is not even scratching the surface. There's never been a better time to pick up and own a Switch. Add these indie games on top of Nintendo's already excellent first-party lineup, and you understand why I always say my backlog is so tough to keep up with. Like, there's just so much. There's so many games out there on the Switch. Happy gaming though, my friends. I hope you guys do pick up and play some of these games. They are totally awesome and just totally worth your time. Until the next one, I'll see you later. Anywho, that's about it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did and you liked what you saw, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button because it always helps out the channel. Also, don't forget to follow Raymond Strazdas on Twitter and Instagram for much more. Until the next one, I'll catch you guys later. Peace!